Your routine could actually be making your little one's sleep struggles worse. I'm Steph, a registered nurse, mum of 3, founder of Sleep by Steph, and Australia's leading baby and child sleep expert. I'm here to help tired parents like you go from exhausted and overwhelmed to rested, empowered, and confident. In this video, you'll learn why preset awake windows aren't helpful for many babies and children, and how to implement a routine that does work instead. Now, what do you usually do the day after you've had a really late night? Do you stay awake until the same time as usual? Or do you head to bed earlier to catch up on the sleep you missed? I'm willing to bet that given half the chance, you choose that earlier bedtime, because being overtired doesn't feel good for anyone. It makes sense to adjust the time you head to bed when you haven't had enough sleep. When it comes to our little ones and their routines, however, commonly shared advice about routines forgets to take this logic into account. I meet so many exhausted parents that have been told to follow a fixed daytime schedule based on their baby or child's age. The advice tells them to keep an eye on the clock and only put their little ones down to nap or sleep after they've been awake for a fixed length of time. The trouble with following preset awake windows like this is it often means keeping your little one up longer than they can handle, and it definitely doesn't take into account anything else that's happening in the previous 24 hours. If your baby has a poor night's sleep, the last thing they need is to be kept awake for a preset length of time. What they need is more sleep. If every single day runs like clockwork, following preset awake windows can work for babies and children who are well rested and consistently getting the amount of sleep they need every 24 hours. But as a parent, you'll know that life doesn't always look like that. When your baby isn't getting enough sleep during the day or overnight, and then you keep them awake too long, they'll get even more overtired. An overtired baby finds it hard to fall asleep and is less likely to sleep well when they finally do. As a result, they wake up tired the next day, and as the day goes on, they get more and more exhausted. And before you know it, you have a constantly cranky, sleep-deprived child on your hands. So if preset awake windows don't work, how do we know when to put our little ones down for naps and their night sleep? The answer is to forget the clock and watch your baby instead. Babies and children will always show you when they're starting to feel tired, so it's important that you look out for these cues and respond appropriately. It's also important to keep the big picture in mind and compensate for any lack of sleep in the last 24 hours by letting them sleep earlier than usual. As your little one grows, their routine becomes well established and they're sleeping well during the day and at night, you'll start to see a natural pattern to their awake times, and you'll have to adjust them less often. Until then, remember that when it comes to sleep and what they need, your child really is the best guide you can get. I hope you found this video helpful. Like and share, it really helps the channel reach more families and spread our message that baby and child sleep can be safe, simple, and straightforward. And don't forget to click the bell and subscribe to be notified when our next video goes live. For more sensible, straightforward, safe sleep advice and resources on getting your family the sleep that you all deserve, explore my video playlist and visit sleepbysteph.com.au.